All right, guys. So, welcome to this pick a card reading, how you will find success. And what we'll also do in this pick a card as well is provide estimated timelines. So, what we're going to look at is what the success looks like, how this success is likely to manifest itself, what skills and qualities you need to have for this success, and what may actually be holding you back from achieving it. Okay, so we'll be looking at all of that in these picker cards. What I've also included as well is sort of like a bonus card where I walk through how I would do a reading such as this for myself. And the reason why I did that, and that would be the bonus pile number 4, is to sort of begin to show you guys how you could do these readings for yourself as well. So how to do your own spreads, how to, use the tarot and interact with the oracle by doing a reading on myself. Okay. So there's also that in the bonus section. All right. So let's go through your piles. So we have pile number 1 with the rose quartz tumblestone. We have pile number 2 with this yellow tumblestone. And we have pile number 3 with this violet amethyst tumblestone. So a gentle reminder that this is a collective reading, so only take what resonates, leave the rest behind. You can select more than one pile. It is advised to also use and apply your intuition as I'm going through the cards, so you can derive your own personalized messages as well, and to take the messages of this general reading one step further to apply it for your own personal situation as well, okay? Anything else I want to say? If this resonates with you, like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And that's it. I'll see you in your pile. Bye for now. Okay, so pile number 1, for those who selected the rose quartz tumblestone. So this is your reading on how you will find success. So let's get into it. Let's get into what it is. So we have energy healing. Ooh, nutrition. Environmentalist, and school. For goodness sake. Right, there we go, school. We got a lot of cards for you guys. It's interesting because this energy healing and nutrition is jumping through as such a powerful combination to me. And environmentalist as well. There is something about going back to, like, prevention is the best cure is a phrase that's coming through. And a lot of you may have either a way with herbs, a way with seasonings, or just having that general knowledge and awareness of how to use things in nature to heal. So it's either through healing through foods and the nutrients and amino acid profiles that exist in foods and so on. Just having that natural affinity for that sort of information, or having a natural interest in that as well. So for some of you, in terms of how you would find success, also some of you may have an interest in food, or have an interest in talking about food, have an interest in cooking, have an interest in creating recipes, in terms of, or work in terms of, may work as a dietitian, helping people, nourishing people, and through working with food and working with the environment, that's how you heal energy. So energy healing here doesn't necessarily, some of you may be energy healers as well, mind you, or may be interested in energy healing. But what I'm trying to bring through is that there are a number of different ways that this energy healing could take place. So in terms of being out in nature, or inviting, encouraging people to be out in nature through taking walks, or encouraging people to be outdoors, or you yourself being outdoors, or involved in a career that's outdoors. And then there's that element of the food as well. So how do we use the plants and animals depending on, some of you may be vegan, or some of you may be pescatarian, I don't know, but how do you use that to, and understanding how you use it to nourish the body. For some of you, pile number 1, there is also a respect that you all have for the environment and for the food and blessing food and so on. So some of you may be interested in that as well. Speaking to food, enhancing the vitamin, mineral, and nutrient profiles in your food so that when they're eaten and when they consume, they fully nourish the body. Yeah, we could come back to that, and I'll see if any more messages come up on that when it comes to how you so take that as it resonates. If that doesn't resonate with you in terms of what I've read out so far, select another pile. And then with school, like this is an interesting thing. Some of you may be having the nudge to do a course or to go back to school, or some of you may be teaching people or passing your knowledge on to people or showing people, right? About this, about nutrition, about energy healing and the environment. Okay. So let's look into why this is it and why this is your success for you. Interestingly, we have new love and we have deception. For some of you, what I'm picking up with deception is that you may have, through your own personal experiences, have had to develop this knowledge that you currently have or develop this awareness that you currently have. But you had to go through a process to develop it. And now that you've gotten on the other side of it and you know what's true or what worked for you versus what is not true, you just feel that it's your calling to explore it a bit more and share this with others and share this perspective with others. So again, this is to do with food, this is to do with the environment and how it could heal you and how it could make you a better person, how it could elevate your energy vibration, because that's also what healing is about. So there is something of a journey that you all had to go through in order to come out the other end. And along the path of that journey, that was a hard journey, particularly with the deception, because it means people not being true. There's some hardship that you had to go through. But you've come through out on the other end with this vast amount of knowledge, with this wisdom, with this awareness that you're looking to develop, that you're looking to explore, that you're looking to share with other people. You want to share your perspective. So this is where we have the new love coming in as well. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So this is, again, when we talk about new love, it's like a new awareness. It's a new expansion, and like your consciousness has expanded and you've come across this and you want to delve in it a bit more. You want to explore it a bit more, particularly with some of you going to with school coming up. So it could be that you guys are going back, either doing your master's, doing your degree, doing a course in it, gaining a qualification. Or some of you guys may be looking to just teach others. So take that as it resonates. But this is what we mean by new. I'm also being told that some of you, pile number one, may have already just finished doing a qualification and you're already sharing this knowledge or working in this field and sharing your expertise with others. All right. So it's a collective reading. So take it as it resonates. So bringing about this success. Oh, you guys have spiritual partnerships. Yeah, so whatever you all are doing in terms of doing this, if there's one message you take away, pile number one, it's a matter of connecting with your soul. Like a lot of this, what you're doing in terms of the energy healing, that you may have a spirit guide team that you're being connected to, or it could very well be that whatever you all are, whatever expanded awareness or perspective or knowledge and wisdom that you're looking to share, don't underestimate that some of it may be divinely downloaded as well, is what I'm seeing. There's a knowledge that you guys may have come about through, again, it was hard won, but there was something about you going on this hard, tough journey. And a lot of the insights and wisdom that you've gained along the way, you are able, when you're going through a hard journey or gone through a hard path, you're able, many times we've developed wisdom and we've come out the other end and we have that strength to share. Many times that is that strength that, yes, it does come from ourselves, but it also comes from us tapping into something higher and above ourselves to give us the strength to come out of it the other end and giving us the strength to persevere and wanting to share it with others. So there is a partnership with Spirit Guide team coming through. For some of you, you may have very good connections with your Spirit Guide team, and they are path and key, like your spiritual awareness in your spiritual world and your spiritual life, and keeping that and maintaining that and growing that. You're able to do it through pursuing this purpose that's been raised, and that will deepen your connection with your spirit guide team as well. There's also with spiritual partnerships, something about aligning with your divine life purpose is another message that's coming through pile number one in terms of how you would find your success. So this is getting on the path of your divine life purpose, and that divine life purpose, what they're saying, encompasses one of these areas that we explored. So let's get into a bit more of the details. So we have the 6, you see, that's the passing from trouble. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. You have the high priestess and you have the justice. Wow, 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 wow. That is really interesting. And the Six of Swords. Yeah. Do you remember when I was talking about going through a hard period and learning the lessons, a difficult time, a hard period, learning from lessons? The Six of Swords is that transition period. And for those of you who don't know, in many of the tarot, minor arcana, Six of Swords, it's always a transition from rough waters to calmer waters. And they're always carrying swords or transporting swords with them. And that transporting of swords represents the wisdom that I was talking about. So it's interesting it's come up here. Another representation of wisdom is that high priestess. So you guys have been helped by your spirit guide team, or you've really deeply uncalled in your spirit guide team. And I'm saying some of you guys have pretty powerful spirit guide teams. You have pretty powerful life guides that are with you. And they've been helping you and assisting you in terms of whenever you put in a request to deepen and integrate that wisdom, is what I'm seeing. And with the justice, pile number one, a lot of you, this is saying that you guys are on your life path or your divine life path, your divine life purpose. That's what this is. It's like that confirmation that this is it. Four of Swords reverse. So Four of Swords upright. Four of Swords reverse. Four of Swords reverse. Four of Swords reverse is saying to me that if a number of you were having queries about what your purpose is, what it's not, and so on, there's a particular message that's coming through that what you think it is what it is, and it's worth exploring. Like if you get your ego and your monkey mind out of the way and you just ask yourself, what is my divine life purpose that will bring about success? The first thing that comes to your mind is worth exploring. That's what this Four of Swords reverse is saying. Now, let's see where the resistance is coming in. So breathe in, practice breath work daily. And we also have, no. Oh, wait, postpone, pause, say no. So this is where your resistance is coming in. Is there something, pile number one, that you guys know what it is? You have that intuitive nudge, but what is coming through here is either you've been second guessing yourself, or you've just not taken action, or you feel a bit overwhelmed by what this thing is and you think it's too big for you to take on, or you may not be successful at it. Or whether you're consciously aware of it or not, going down this path panics you. For some of you, pile number one. Okay, let's get a bit more detail. Spirit guides, guardian angels, thank you so much for those messages. Let's get a bit more detail. For pile number one, let's get a bit more detail around what's holding them back. Let me see. These feel that they just shot these out. Okay. Stability. Yep. Like pile number one, what is important for you guys is that stability, feeling secure in what it is that you're doing. There is something about an unpredictability when it comes to this. It's going into the unknown, it's going into the path less traveled. It's also a matter that some of you, pile number one, may be facing people challenging you or people saying, oh, this is ridiculous or this can't be done. There's that second guessing of yourself as well. Interestingly, we had that deception up there as well. There's something about second guessing and deception and dragging your heels on something. There's something about a shadow aspect to you, pile number one, that is looking to be healed. And I say shadow, I'm seeing the darkness there that represents shadow to me. It's falling out shadow to me. But what's coming through is that for you guys, a lot of this shadow aspect is in the process of being cleared. You know, feel for pile number one, just the fact that you all have selected this pile, just the fact that you guys are in this reading, and I'm looking at the lightning. There is something about you challenging that shadow or becoming aware of perceiving that shadow that you're in the process of challenging, that is going to clear your vision. That's going to they say clearing your vision. And when I say vision, I'm not talking about your eyes. I'm not talking about your eyes. I'm talking about your third eye, is what I want to say. But I'm trying to find a better way of articulating that. But I've already said it, so it is what it is. But it's like your third eye in terms of you being able to see into your soul and being able to perceive what's going to work for you, what's not, how you may have been lying to yourself, file number one. That's also coming through as well. But that veil is being lifted. So you're able to see things with clarity. You're able to see things for what it is. And what I'm being told here with this breathe in is that what's going to help with that is you guys having compassion for yourselves. So in terms of you doing this release work, this purging work, this clearing work for the shadow, and, you know, with this lightning striking, you guys being able to start perceiving the shadow. A lot of you guys, part number one, perceive the shadow and you know it's there. But for others of you, it's having that, it's taking a moment to breathe in, breathe out. This is about centering. This is about being comfortable with what is. It's about being comfortable with the uncomfortable also. You know, there's just that bit of work and being comfortable with the uncomfortable. And it's knowing that it's our perception that gives it whether it's comfortable or not. Like that is going to help you guys sort of become aware of the shadow, knowing that the shadow is not the entirety of who you are. And you're able to view that shadow, whatever the shadow represents, viewing the shadow in a way that you are able to perceive it, you're able to purge it, you're able to clear it, you're able to do integration with the shadow if that's needed to move forward. You guys know how to do this. This is just a remnant because we talked about this up here with these cards as well. That's in terms of you guys going on that difficult path. You guys have been doing that shadow work. You know what it is. You know what time it is, pile number one. There's just a little bit that's still left for you to clear, all right? It's like an onion. It's like shadow work is always layers of an onion. It's never one and done. It's always peel one layer, you live your life, then you begin to perceive another layer. You peel that, live in life, perceive another layer. That's how it goes. Unfortunately, I don't make these rules. So last but not least, Seven of Pentacles. So it's the Seven of Pentacles. So this is like you're chipping away at something and you're just wondering, oh my God, like how much work, how much more work, how much further? That's come to reverse. And that's come to reverse next to the no card. So it's like healing, releasing, purging, coming to terms with that shadow, with the rest and the remnants of that shadow, which may be blocking you from really taking action on your divine life purpose, is the, you know, the, like you guys are in the process of doing it already. It is lifting. All right, so part number one, let's just go into timelines. Let's see if they're going to give us any timelines for this. So Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels, thank you so much for those messages. Can you give us any idea of timelines that part number one could expect this success? Or at least the beginnings of this success, like the indicator that they're going to be, that they are on the right path. What are the timelines? Ooh, did you see how that shot out? Okay. Let's see if we're going to get any timelines. So we have a 3. We have 9. And we have a Queen. Queen of Cups. There's still pile number one, some purging that needs to be done and some reflecting and some... Okay, I'm picking up a particular message that for some of you, pile number one, in terms of this idea that's meant to bring in success, there's something of a rejection that's happened with it for some of you. And what's coming through here is don't allow the rejection to knock you back for long. It's a matter that there is an important lesson in that rejection that you can use to fine-tune and propel you forward. Okay, that's one specific message. I wouldn't label that point, but I just got that message. So in terms of timelines, we have 3. We have swords energy, actually, which is quite great. We have 3 and 9. So you guys have it within your gift, within your ability, within your energy for this to be delivered within 3 to 9 months. So it's definitely within a year is what I'm seeing here. Any other messages? It's the fact that we have a 3 of Swords and a 9. 3 of Swords and a 9 of Swords. Pile number one, I'm going to lie, it ain't the best energy. So let me see whether there is anything that you and the guys need to be aware of. It's interesting that we're talking about deception and we're talking about the shadow aspect and so on. It's that continuing sort of dark overhang that I'm seeing for you guys, pile number one. So let me just look into these energies just a little bit and see what's happening. What's happening? Is this something pile number one need to be aware of, or is this just a timeline thing? Let's just see. So in terms of clarifying that, we have the Page of Cups, we have the Ace of Pentacles, and we have the Hermit. What this is saying to me is that for a lot of you, in order to pursue this success, some of you may need, not everyone could come with you on this journey, is what the Hermit is saying to me. So this is going to be a lot of really hard decisions that some of you all may have to make. Some of you all may not have support in going through this journey, or some of you may not have support, yes, but what they're also bringing through to me is that there's some sacrifices that need to be made in order to deliver this. And the sacrifices, believe it or not, it's like the sacrifices, like your shadow is really putting you through it. And in making those sacrifices, that's part and parcel of purging the shadow. With the Page of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles, this is more exciting, though. This is talking about an opportunity or something that's going to happen. It's more or less an opportunity that will come through out of the blue, which would provide a chance, a window, or a door opening to perceive or to pursue everything that we discussed earlier. And it's going to be a yes moment. It's going to be a celebrating moment. But there is a lot, but this moment, which is celebratory, also brings about some anxiety as to whether you're going to potentially be able to do it or not. Another message, and this is a final one that I'm getting, is that between the 3 and the 9 months, between now and within 3 months, 9 months, this window or this opportunity, and for some of you is more than one opportunity, is going to come through for you guys to align with your divine purpose and plan. That's also something else that's coming through for me. Okay, pile number one, that is it. I hope that answered all the questions as to how you would find success. We also looked at when you would find success as well. So let me know if that resonated with you in the comments down below, and I'll see you in other piles or in a future reading. Bye for now. All right, so pile number 2, for those who selected the yellow tumbled stone, this looks like a citrine tumbled stone. This is your reading on how you will find success. So let's get into it. So what is this success? Dun, 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 dun. Ooh, crystals. You know what? As soon as I held this and I got the name of it wrong, I'm just like, I know someone's going to tell me off for getting that wrong. But it's quite an old stone that I got years ago, like one of the first stones I got. I can't remember the name of it. But anyway, so we have crystals. Your connection to crystals and gemstones is a channel for healing energy. And we also have body work. Your life purpose involves body work such as massage therapy, energy healing, physical therapy, or exercise training. So in terms of for some of you, let me just get, I think I need some more clarification on this. Just one moment, pile number 2. So it could be that some of you are into crystals or use crystals extensively and recognize and respect the power of crystals. Oh my goodness, look. More card energy healing. Like, yep, energy healing, healing energy. You can't make this up. You know, and that's the thing. I just wanted to double check for confirmation, and they were just confirming it for me to make sure I was on the right track. Okay, so some of you, because I was getting messages, I just wanted to confirm that they were the right messages. So some of you respect or are aware of the power that crystals and gemstones have for healing abilities. Some of you use them extensively, and you use them on an intuitive basis as well. Some of you are also quite interested in the body as a vessel and how the body is used as a portal to connect to other realms and to connect to your higher self, to connect to God, to connect to the universe. And you also take an interest in the body as a tool as well. What I'm getting is not necessarily you going into crystals or being a gemologist or anything like that as a career. If some of you are, and it's you guys could interpret it practically on that basis, bravo, then go with it. Also with body work, like with massage therapists, personal trainers, physical therapies, exercise, this could be a doctor, it could be a chiropractor, it could be anything that is having an interest in the body and enhancing the body. And, like I said in another reading, prevention is better than cure, but anything to do with the body and interest in the body being a vessel. It's as if you guys exploring that could put you on the path of what your life purpose is. So because I just came out of pile number one, whereas with pile number one, it was them actually doing those tasks and activities which would bring them success. For you, it's a bit different. For you, yes, it's doing these things and that would bring success, but it's not necessarily doing these things as a career or doing these things as divine life purpose. If doing these things as divine life purpose resonates, by all means, carry on. But what I'm picking up is that you guys exploring and actively exploring these parts, it's as if it triggers or it opens the doorway to other things for you. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. So we'll pick up more on that as we go through this reading. Okay, so other things, pile number two, in terms of, well, why is this bringing that success into you? Oh, that healing is coming up again. That healing of family issues is one that's particularly speaking to me. It's that inspiration for healing family issues, healing past life trauma, or coming to terms with something you actually raised in childhood or the root cause of something that the bodywork and the crystals enables you to resolve. And in that resolution, it puts you on your divine life path. It puts you on the path for success. There is also something with unrequited love of understanding that an acknowledgement or coming to terms with the fact that you are enough. Let me just see what other cards we have as well. Creativity and abundance. Oh, wow. You could, oh my gosh, 8, and 3. Oh my God, these are master numbers. You can't get any better than that. Yeah, it's something about this bodywork and this crystals and healing, and that healing the past and coming to terms with your past and coming to terms with unrequited love. It's sort of that pursuing of something, but knowing that you guys are enough and knowing that everything that you ever want and everything, not ever want, but anything that you'd ever need, you have it within yourself in a particular moment in time, and tapping into that acknowledgement is what is also going to put you on the right path. And part number two, you guys, I'm picking up that you guys are there. You guys have this awareness already. It's something that's coming through, or else it wouldn't be here. What this body work and another thing that I'm getting with bodywork, it's that many times, many people in the spiritual community, they talk a lot about meditation. They talk a lot about energy healing. And for the most part, a lot of those activities are quite passive. It's either you're lying down and listening, or you're sitting up and listening, and you're closing your eyes and that sort of thing. And that is good and that is brilliant. But in terms of integrating that work, another aspect and facet of it that people don't talk about enough is getting into your body, is going out and it's grounding. It's the exercise, and that exercise and the working of your muscles, particularly your large muscle groups, can purge a lot of excess energy and trapped trauma that exists in your body. And a lot of spiritual people don't talk about that. In fact, I want on my channel to talk more about this, about really getting into your body and doing that body work to release trapped trauma and to heal in and of itself. And I'm picking up that there's something along those lines. It's either you pursue that and do it, or you indulge and you do that activity to release trauma from your energy, from your body. That does put you on your life path. And when you are on your life path, like this is how you would find success, and we have abundance and creativity for you. What I'm particularly picking up with this creativity is that in terms of that purge and that release, that a lot of this is picking up pile number two. It's like you guys would find your own unique way and your own unique voice and take up space and be present in this world. Like there's a unique perspective, a unique way of viewing the world that you guys would be able, it's that unique voice that is going to be your success and that's going to bring in abundance. So if there's like you're looking and you're perceiving something and you have an idea. You have an idea, you have something that you want to put out there, or you want to work with a company or work with a business that you think is particularly unique, or you want to lend your support to a particular cause. It's as if those first initial steps are going to be key for you finding your success. That's it. The thing is that I find really interesting about this is that the success isn't, oh, I love this be present card. Check this out. Like, yes, look at that eye. Finding clarity in the moment. Yeah, there is something about the releasing and the purging and the healing of particularly ancestral trauma, family trauma that we have with this family issues card, and being able to ground and be in your body. And being in your body is all part and parcel of being present. Like a lot of times when I do meditation and mindfulness work, it's very interesting. A lot of people are only active and resonate from like their shoulders up. A lot of the latter part of their body is just, they're not connected with the latter part of their body. Being present means being present in your full body, feeling that groundedness to Gaia, feeling that groundedness through your feet to the earth. Really being able to breathe in to the pit of your stomach and breathing into all those emotions and sensations, whether you perceive them as good or bad. It's interesting. This card is in the resistance position, but I don't really feel, for some of you, it may be resistance, but for others of you, I think this is something that you guys are exploring, pile number 2, in terms of how to be present, particularly being present and grounded and feeling the weight of your body. And it's as if this body work and this healing the gemstones and the crystals, they help and they aid you in terms of that. And that feeling grounded in your body and present, it's like it loosens things up. This creativity, I feel, it's you guys really connecting with your core divine purpose. It's really you guys connecting with the uniqueness of who you are and being able to express that. That uniqueness is is where you would find your success and where you would find your abundance. So it's like the crystals and the bodywork. It could be through that, yes, but it's like the crystals and the bodywork is a vehicle for you to heal and release your own uniqueness, your own unique voice, your own unique perspective, your own unique thoughts, your own unique way of perceiving the world and turning up to the world. For some reason, they're giving me like comics, like stand-up comics and satire. The reason why they're so successful is because they have their own unique way of viewing the world. And that's what I'm seeing here for you. Like the healing continues. There is something about you guys, pile number 2. Like the key to see your success is through your healing. It's definitely through your healing. We see that with the devil energy in terms of past issues. So if there are any vices that you guys have, so this could be alcoholism, it could be food, it could be indulging in a particular activity that could be perceived as healthy, but indulging in it too much because you use it to numb, let's say, a pain, or you use it to numb something that you choose not to face. Because we're seeing that numbing here with the Six of Swords. Pile number 1 also had a Six of Swords energy in this position as well, so it may be worth looking into. So what I'm seeing is, but the Six of Swords is talking about a transition, and that's what I'm picking up on. You guys are moving out of that energy. You're moving out of the energy of trying to numb things. You're actively, pile number 2, whether you're aware of it or not, you're actively taking those steps. I'm picking up on this energy. You're actively taking those steps to heal. You're actively taking those steps to look at the shadow self and to release whatever is there. Yeah, there's, oh my God, you can't make this up. You're in a temple. This is the thing. It's tuning into that. It's being present in your body. It's your body being that temple. Your body is a portal through your heart. Through your heart is a temple to all the different vibrations in our reality and being able to connect with the different vibrations of our reality. That's how we get centered. That's how we get present. That's where our creativity and our uniqueness comes from. We all have that unique spark of the divine, of source within us. We access that unique spark, which we call creativity here, but we access that unique spark through our heart space within our body. And this is what you guys are tuning into. You're tuning into that inner temple. A lot of this is the conduit to get there, the conduit to tune into yourselves and to be present within yourselves. If you weren't afraid, what would you do? So it's shedding a lot of that fear, shedding a lot of, the programming that you grew up with, that you're healing from your family trauma or programming from your ancestors. You're cutting with that sword the karmic ties of your ancestors and doing that healing. And you're transitioning on from that as well. Like that is where you guys are going to find your success, because there isn't any one particular way for you guys to do this. Part number two, it's as if how you would find success, it's open, but the key to that is healing within your body, healing trapped ancestral trauma and childhood trauma that's trapped in your body, and creating space for you to access your divine spark, to be present within yourselves, to be grounded in the present moment. And within that, that is where you would find that success. Whatever springs up for you from that moment is where you would find your success, power number two. Okay, so let's just check in with timelines for this. What are timelines for this looking like? If any, I cannot guarantee timelines. We were able to do it for power number one, but sometimes they don't always stay. So let's just see whether we can pick up on any timelines. We have a 7. We have an 8. We have a 3. It's interesting. You guys have Queen of Cups. Pile number one got Queen of Cups as well. I definitely feel there may be a message in pile number one for you guys. And it's interesting. Pile number one talked about healing extensively as well. So I feel that there, please check out pile number one, because the synchronicity with the cards, with the Queen of Cups, with the Six of Swords, there's a lot of synchronicity and the being present. In this position, pile number one got the breathing in. And again, it's grounding in present time. So do check out pile number one. Okay, so in terms of timelines, just one moment. There is definitely a lot of healing that you guys need to do here, particularly healing in terms of your divine masculine. There's something about balancing the divine masculine and the divine feminine aspects, but there's definitely healing to be done on that here. For some of you, more leaning to the divine masculine and then balancing out the divine masculine and the divine feminine is what I'm picking up. Okay. Just one moment. All right. So, unlike pile number one, what I'm picking up with you guys here is that this journey you all have been on for quite a few years. I'm actually picking up. You've been on this journey for years. About 7 years for some of you, give or take, that you guys have been on this journey of trying to find yourselves and healing the family issues from when you become aware. 7 years. For some of you, you may not know. It may not be 7 years, but view 7 years as being the fact that it's taken years, right? Over 5 years, it's taken for some of you. However, so understand when I say that, there's a lot of work that we're talking about. There's a lot of that work that you guys have already done. Okay. And you're almost there. So what I'm picking up for some of you, I'm not picking up a time at all, because it's healing. It's finding balance between the divine masculine, the divine feminine. And a lot of you, it's healing that divine masculine and then finding that balance. So for some of you who are going through that, I'm not seeing a timeline. For others, I'm seeing anywhere between now and, even though we have an 8 here and we have a 3, they're more or less giving me before the end of the year. So before this time next year, it's when you guys are going to be poised with this 3 of Wands to really enter or be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel and being able to enter that portal to your success. We have the 3 here. We have the 3. Actually, we have the 3 here. We have the 3 here. Notice we have an 8 here and we have an 8 here. Right? So I would say definitely before the end of this year's cycle, but some of you may see it sooner than that. Anything else? There's something with this 3. Just let me tune in and see what I can get out of it. Just one moment. There's a synchronicity of these numbers with our 3 and with our 8 that keep on turning up, but I'm not getting a clear message on it. So let me just 1 moment, guys. What is this about the 3 and 8? There's something of you guys. There's something about a conscientiousness with this 3 and this 8 energy. There is a lot of you guys having control as to when this success or the doorway for the success opens up. There is something about you guys creating like this success and this doorway to your success is going to come from you. It's not anything that's given to you. It's not anything that's handed to you. It's like you guys are creating it. You guys are creating it yourselves. And within, like, there's something about this 3 months where you guys come into the awareness that you have this power to create your own opportunities, to manifest your own opportunities, to create your own door. And that would be through your creativity. Now, there is something about coming into this awareness, and there's a time lag between coming into that awareness and the thing actually happening. I hope this makes sense. That's why I was tripping up between the 3 and the 8, because it's like roughly within the 3 to 8 month mark, you guys are going to become aware that you have this power to bring in your own opportunities, to manifest your own opportunities, to create your own opportunities. And that would be you guys really tapping into the potency of your creative power. Like from the 3 months onwards, between 3 and 8, you begin to develop that awareness of the potency of your own uniqueness as an asset and as a brand and being able to deliver on it. Like you begin to come into that awareness. Now, what you do with that awareness, pile number 2, that is up to you, right? But that is where your abundance is going to come in. So the world is your oyster, basically, pile number 2. It's a matter of you guys coming into that power and coming into that awareness that you can create your own reality. Because you would have purged, you would have healed, you would have done all of that work that releases and creates enough space for you to be able to tap into your uniqueness and tap into your own unique power. I hope that makes sense. Okay, pile number 2, I am going to leave it there. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I may see you in another pile, or I will see you in a future reading. Bye for now. Okay, so last but not least, pile number 3, for those who selected the amethyst thimblestone. This is your reading on how you will find success. Okay, so let's just dive right into it. So what would the success look like for you? So we have career change. You're embarking upon a career that brings you the joy and abundance you desire and you deserve. Oh, yeah. I like that. There's been something I'm picking up here before I move on of an intuitive nudge that you're destined for something else, that you're destined for something more. Like, it's sort of like the closing. I resonate with this a lot, actually. It's sort of like the closing of a chapter, the closing of a door. It's like ready to move on. You have that urge to. And in terms of what you're moving on to, it's like you would find success when you step into your leadership, when you take charge, not only taking charge of your situation and following your heart and following that inner voice as to what the next chapter ought to look like and what the change ought to look like. But I feel for a lot of you guys, you have it within you to be that figurehead, they're giving me the phrase being the leader in this new earth. Like in this new earth, we need people that have a certain set of, not skills, yes, but they're talking to me more about characteristics, characteristics like, or qualities like integrity. They're giving me an example of that. And having those people who embody those values. And by embodying those values, they're able to lead by example of demonstrating to us what these values look like. There's something around that for you guys. But whatever your next step is from this career change, It's definitely finding your success by stepping into a higher role and stepping in and being that beacon and being that leader for others. Right? There's something in terms of what you do or where you are or something along those lines that would really benefit from you guys stepping into that role. Okay, so why this? Oh my God, I didn't realize we got so many for you guys in terms of this. So we have in terms of why this is the case. So we have new love, a new person has stirred your romantic feelings, unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this thing going. We have healing family issues. Your life, pile number 2 got this actually. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. And we have finances and career. That's very topical. So financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Okay. So what I'm picking up from this is there is something of, they're drawing me to new love and finance and career first. So I'll go with these first. There is something of you guys understanding and recognizing within yourselves that you deserve more. You deserve more, particularly when it comes from career, and deserve more, dare I say, money, pile number 3. However, for some of you, I'm being told that there is something about the money being paid not being enough. But if you are working in a career that you absolutely love, like the money is not the issue, there is something about that. Untangle that as you may. They were just giving me the message and I was just delivering it. But there is something about being compensated for what your qualities actually are. There is an imbalance when it comes to that. There is an imbalance in terms of you guys have so much to give and you have not so much to give. Hang on, I just need to get some water. I need some water. I'm a bit dehydrated. I think that's why the messages are drying up a little bit. 1 moment. Okay, I'm back. All right. There's something about being recognized for your true value, your worth, and what you offer. It's not only what you currently offer, but what you have the potential to offer. And that potential being pulled out or dragged out or being displayed and being offered up, and the ability to exercise that potential. There is something around that, and there's something about getting the right compensation for it. They're giving me the phrase, stop giving it for free or not giving it for free anymore. There's something around that, take it as it resonates. But with this new love, there is a recognition that you guys are coming into an awareness of that you do deserve more. That more could look like financial compensation. It could look like, because not all financial compensation or all remuneration needs to be about money. It could be about other things as well. It could be about value. It could be about respect. There are other things that are intangible that don't just link to money that you guys are looking for and you guys feel you are ready for. And the universe, through the messaging of these cards, are saying, you know what, pile number 3, you're damn right. I don't know why they're giving me that phrase, but you do deserve more. You've been like resting on, I don't know, resting on something. I didn't hear the rest of that message. Family healing and unrequited love. There is something in terms of you guys coming in and emerging into this awareness that you do deserve more and you want to seek what that more is and you're ready to step up, because leadership is also about being seen. There is something, and check out pile number 2 as well. There is something about a healing or resolving of old issues that you guys have well and truly done, that has brought you guys into that awareness and has brought you guys into embodying the energy that, you know what, I'm going to go for it. I deserve this. I know what I deserve. I know my worth, and I'm going for it now. Like there is something about, they call it, like many times people have a visibility, and invisibility programming. So many of us, particularly when we've had past lifetimes of being persecuted. Oh, I love this green. Do you see the green? When we've had past lifetimes of being persecuted, we end up having an invisibility program where we retreat into ourselves and we don't do too much. We just do enough to keep ourselves safe. But it's like you're coming into awareness. A lot of that, what led to the invisibility program, is being healed. It's being healed along your timeline. And the reason why that could be healed, like pile number 3, you guys have, if you want to understand pile number 3, where you've come from in terms of your healing journey, look at pile number 2, because what pile number 2 is describing is a healing journey that you guys have been on. Because with this perseverance, which is a 4, and I love this green. Oh, this green speaks to me so much. It's such a, I don't know, it just resonates with me, this green, so loudly. Because what it's saying to me is that a lot of your heart space, like through that perseverance, the perseverance is you guys honoring yourselves. You're not doing it like there comes a point where you have to hustle and you have to work and you have to push and you have to fight and you have to try so hard. It's not a matter about doing it for other people anymore. It becomes doing it for yourself. So when you persevere, there's somewhere along the line, in terms of this unrequited love, there's somewhere along the line where it turns from being about other people, receiving that validation from other people of your worth, to you do it for yourself. And you never know along this journey when that turn happens, but you're persevering for you. And that persevering for you is that love of self. It's like they're just showing me, and I'm so happy and I'm so pleased I'm able to describe that into words, because it's such a beautiful energy. Like, I'm just so overtaken. I'm in such awe of this energy that you guys have, pile number 3. It's beautiful. Let me know if this card is jumping out for you. The color of this card is singing and jumping out for you the way it's jumping out for me as well. Oh God, my battery's low. Oh, for goodness sake. Just let me get to the good bits and my battery's low. Just one moment. Okay. Okay, hang on. Let me plug this in. One moment, I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so back to where we were. So we were talking about this beautiful energy behind this card that you guys have, pile number 3. And I was just asking you guys whether you could tap into that and feel how far you've come. And it's sort of like, even when I tap into this is why I guess I'm tapping into the beauty of this. It's almost like your spirit guide team are applauding you guys for your perseverance, for the perseverance for yourselves and standing up for yourselves and rediscovering. And it's sort of like fighting to get back to self, you know, fighting to connect or remember. Is that remembrance of who you are and the beauty of who you are and the uniqueness and what being an aspect of God or that divine spark of God actually means. It's like there's so much loaded in here, pile number 3. Okay, so the practicalities of what this leadership and so on would actually look like. We have Ace of Wands. So yeah, this Ace of Wands again is talking about that new beginnings about that change, the salamander. It's that shedding the old salamander lizard, shedding the old skin, becoming something new. You're ready to evolve into something new that you've persevered and worked hard at. Judgment, that rising up, knowing that there's something's going to happen that's going to present, like with this judgment and with this Ace of Wands, you guys are going to be prompted, dare I say, you guys are going to be pushed into, are you ready for this? Like, sorry, I'm not making sense. It's like you guys are going to be, there's going to be a situation, there's going to be awareness, there's going to be a download, there's going to be an aha moment where you're going to realize what this change actually is. And it's like you're going to be presented either with an opportunity or with a question or with a situation that makes you ask, are you ready for this now? There is something of a call that's going to be heeded. For some of you, it may be a big opportunity that presents itself. Or for some of you, it may be more subtle and it may be more quiet than that. It may be a sudden realization that drops in of whether this is what this judgment card is all about. Are you going to rise up and heed that call? 7 of Swords. Some of you may have doubts as to, or still have doubts. You know, you've persevered, you've put in the work, you've had that, but there's still some lingering doubts that we have here. Let's get a bit more into the 7 of Swords, into what this lingering doubts is all about and why it's appearing here. Why is the 7 of Swords here? It's a choice with the 7 of Swords. And we have Hangman just below the deck. There is something of, okay, so the way they're giving it to me with this choice, opportunities in life and the opportunity to make these types of shifts. Some people may call them quantum shifts. So pile number 3, for some of you, this may be a quantum shift, it may be a quantum leap, it may be a timeline leap. For others of you, it's not going to be as big as that. It's going to be a smoother transition. But many times when it comes to these divine timing, that's the word, divine timing opportunities, the universe would often present it to us as a choice. So with the lovers, it means two, it means a choice. There is no right or wrong. It's whatever you feel comfortable with. But it's as if this judgment and this ace of wands and this perseverance, it's going to be a choice that you all need to make within yourselves. It's not a choice that anyone can make for you. The universe is not going to force you into this. It's not like a tower moment situation. You guys need to make this choice as to whether you want this career change or you want this change, you want this step up into leadership here. It could be practical leadership in terms of manager, director, whatever. It could be that. It could be owning your own thing. But whatever it is, it's you putting yourself front and center and being seen. Are you ready for that? Do you want that at this point in time? That's the choice that you guys need to make. And it's going to take, with this hangman energy, you all are seeing things from a perspective or seeing yourselves from an angle and a perspective that you may not have seen yourselves from before. Right? And I'm going to leave that there. They're telling me to leave it there. Okay, so in terms of what may be current blocks for you, we have you are enough. You do not have to give more. And that's the thing. It's believing that you guys are enough now because you are. And that's where the perseverance is coming in. That's where the love of self is coming in. But you guys need to have that belief. Let's see what else could be potential blocks. Oh, pile number 1 got this actually. We have no, wait, postpone, pause. And this is what I mean about the choice. Actually, what this is saying is quite interesting. Oh, if you guys, okay. I've never given a message like this before because I believe in free will and you guys making the decisions, right? Like, yeah. But this wait, postpone, pause, say no. And then you have answering the call. What is your soul calling you to do? We have a duality happening here. We have the 7 of Swords, which is representing the say no. And we have the answering the call, which is the hangman energy. Judgment card. Whenever the judgment card appears, I always call a judgment card like a pop quiz, where the universe tests you to determine whether you're ready to finish the cycle or not. Are you ready to quantum leap? Are you ready to shift timelines? Are you ready, are you ready for this divine timing opportunity that's ready to come in? The judgment card is like that pop quiz to determine whether you're ready for this change or not. And what you have with this pop quiz is that it's up to you what you want to do. The universe is asking you what you want to do here. So what you could do is you could say no and say, it's not for me, or you could answer the call. And this is coming up in your resistance position. Like it's completely up to you what you guys decide to do. Pile number 3, in terms of finding this success, like you guys decide what it is you want to do. Okay, let's find out more about the timing for this. I'm not sure how I'm going to do timing for this, pile number 3, in terms of when you get your success. Let's look at timing. Oh, I want this in the end. Oh, for goodness sake, my fingernails are long enough. Okay, there we go. I got it. For all of that, for a Page of Cups. Okay. Other things about timing. Ooh, we have cheeky. They are not giving me anything about time. Strength below the deck. They're not giving me timing. Pile number 3. Pile number 3, you are the only pile that do not have anything about timing. They're not giving me a time for this. We have with the Page of Cups, we have about the Fool energy. The Fool energy is talking about starting anew. This is the change. Dropping everything to one side. You're traveling light. You're on that adventure. This is a new phase. This is a new chapter. If you want to experience this, it's up to you. There is going to be, with the Page of Cups, notice the fish sort of, should we call that throwing water? I wouldn't say spitting. I would say throwing water on a cat's third eye. So again, this is that judgment card moment. This is that pop quiz moment that the universe is going to give it. The universe is just going to give it to you. And it's just going to be out of the blue. And you will have a choice with that lover's energy as to what you decide to do, pile number 3. You want it or you don't. It's up to you. but they're not giving me timing on this. But we've discussed it at length as to what you need to do, the new angles and perspectives, the fact that you're deserving of this. But what your spirit guide team is saying, pile number 3, is that it's up to you. It's up to you when this opportunity comes about, when this opportunity comes a knocking, whether you accept it or not. The choice is yours. And they're not giving me a timeline for it. And sometimes they do that, pop quiz. That's why it's a pop quiz. You just don't know when it's going to come. All right, pile number 3, I am going to leave it there. Let me know whether this has resonated with you. Thank you for watching. Again, you could check one of the other piles as well, pile 1 or pile 2, or I would see you in a future reading. Bye for now. Hey guys, so for the pick a card reading, how you would find success, I thought that I would do it on myself. And in addition to doing it for myself, I thought, why not share what the outcome is and how I would read for myself as well. So I thought I would share this for you guys, just in case you guys, let's say, have your tarot, you have your oracle cards, you want to do readings for yourself. It's understanding how to go about this and how to go about it from an objective perspective. Being objective when you view the cards and you're interpreting the messages and you're channeling your spirit guide team or your higher self, okay? So I'll just do a live demonstration for you. So I've just done you guys reading. I've done 3 piles and I'm going into this for myself. Okay, so the first set of cards is in terms of finding success, what that success would be. Yep, that is no surprise. Oracle cards, so like tarot cards and energy healing comes through. So you're able to discern answers and guidance for yourself and others, and your natural energy healing capabilities are an important part of your life purpose. And I mean, this is essentially what I'm doing now. So I could interpret this as me being on the path for success. But what I think is really interesting is this energy healing. What I don't do enough, like I have an expansive background in energy healing, and I don't really bring that to the forefront enough. So I have dabbled in terms of doing meditations here and there, but in terms of doing full-on energy healing on my channel and offering it as a service, I don't quite promote that. So I think getting that message is quite interesting. In terms of why this is my purpose, so I've gotten these 2, true love and releasing your ex. What immediately jumps out to me from these cards is that I've been doing this. I've had a couple of lifetimes in which I've done energy healing, in which I have worked on, advising people of their truth and using discernment and channeling a higher force or a higher power in terms of channeling messages, understanding discernment, understanding truth. So I feel like with that true love and lifetime, like I could feel and sense that I've been doing that for lifetimes for sure. Now, in terms of releasing your ex and cleaning out your energies, that is interestingly enough what I've been doing for the past few months that I've been away. Really tuning into myself, clearing out stagnant energies that no longer, or ways of being that are no longer serving me, to allow the integration of new ways of being that I could sense was on the periphery of my aura, but couldn't really land and integrate into me because I hadn't taken the time out to do that work. So that releasing of the old self to make way for the new was something while being away for the past couple of months that I have been doing. So that in a way does make sense in terms of the releasing the ex in the old way. And what I'm seeing with the releasing of ex as well is that I'm seeing someone who is quite exhausted. You have a list, you're trying to tick everything off that list and you're really just exhausted. And that's what I was doing. I was burning the candle at both ends. This was the itinerary. I had to hit this number of videos per week. I had to do this training. I had to do these private clients. I had to design this course. I was really burning the candles at both ends. And I had lost sight of in terms of releasing that ex, it sort of didn't become enjoyable anymore. I felt I had lost sight of something. So that old me, I did have to release and really dig a bit deeper and connect with that true love of doing this and connect with what it's really all about. Because I was suffering from burnout a few months ago with everything just going full throttle all the time. What else do I have here? Oh, yeah, spiritual partnerships. This is just confirmation, like in terms of me with my spiritual team, like with releasing the X and spiritual partnerships. What I'm getting with this message in terms of how I would find success is that I feel that my spirit guide team is changing. I feel that they're going to be the spirit guides, like the more that you upgrade and you put that intention to spiritually upgrade and expand and bring spiritual gifts and abilities online, the more you do that, the more your spirit guide team also elevates and upgrades with you. Also, what I'm getting with this message here as well is that with your spirit guide team, spirit guides could come in and come out. So they could come in and they could go as well. So it's a matter of there may be changes in my spirit guide team, or we may be working in that deeper partnership in terms of my new spiritual gifts that have come online recently, particularly around energy healing. So it's expanding into that. Or expanding into different ways that I could uplift and serve the collective as well is another message. So I'll be working closer with my spirit guide team to bring this about. And that is also going to lead to success in terms of the spiritual path that I'm on. So let's see the further detail into this with the tarot. I have Ace of Cups. I have Page of Pentacles. Ooh, and I have the Fool energy. This full energy is interesting. This full energy, let me make sure that you guys can see everything. Okay, what this full energy is saying to me, what's below the deck? What is below the deck? And lovers. Okay. So what this full energy is saying to me, I have an ace and a fool. So both of them are new beginnings. And I have a page of pentacles. It's saying to me that in terms of my success, in terms of what that would look like on a practical day-to-day basis, it's following my heart. It's following my heart and being still and being present in the moment and finding the joy back in what I'm doing. The Ace of Cups to me is also talking about authenticity as well. That it's fine to be myself when in this whole process and when delivering this as a service. It's also saying with this Page of Pentacles, particularly as he's holding this new pentacle, I feel that what's coming up for me in terms of my success is that I would be finding my own unique way of delivering spiritual spiritual work. Like there is something with the spiritual partnership that that we touched on earlier with the spiritual partnership card. Like there's something new that's going to come online for me that's going to be unique to what I do and unique to what I deliver. And it's going to take with this full energy in terms of doing that, taking a risk. It's taking a risk and trusting that my spirit guide team is set up for this and trusting my instincts and being able to follow my heart in terms of what I put forward. So many times, for instance, just by me doing this, for instance, you don't get many readers doing their own tarot reading for themselves in a pick a card, for example. But that's just an example of taking that risk. You know, we're starting small in terms of taking that risk. We're testing the waters and I'm following my heart. I'm following my instinct. I'm doing it on a whim. I just thought, you know what? I've done the other three piles. Let me do it for myself and let me see what comes through. In fact, you know what? Let me film it, you know, and that's how this has come together. So, yeah. But it's interesting seeing that with the Page of Pentacles. It's like, and that is below the spiritual partnership card. It's like I'm going to get a download. It's either, and I believe that it's in me already. I just need to meditate on it more. I need to bring it to the forefront more and actually bring it from internally in my being and release it. But there is a modality. That's the word that this pentacle is representing. There's a modality that's going to be unique to me and what I do that I am going to be able to deliver, and that's how I'm going to find my success. I'm asking for a time frame on this, but that's going to rely on me taking a risk and walking to the beat of my own drum, not going according to the status quo, and having the courage of my convictions and having trusting my ability and my partnership with my spirit guide team in order to bring this about. Okay. What in terms of what's holding me back from this? Oh, I have a lot. Okay. Okay, let's go on to this first in terms of what's holding me back. Go on an adventure. Today's the day to try something daring. It's interesting we have that and we have the fool with taking risks because the fool is the daredevil. You know, the fool is the one who is cavalier. He doesn't care. He just goes for it. And we have that going on an adventure, going for it again. We have the winged horse, like a Pegasus horse. It's like believing in miracles, believing in the impossible, daring to dream, you know, and it's trying something new. Like as a person, I'm very disciplined, I'm very regimented, I'm very about being the best at what I do and cultivating that. And sort of this is telling me that to bring about my success, I need to loosen those reins a little bit, you know. Not be so exacting all the time or not trying to, really get things right and not putting so much pressure on myself to do that. Letting the messages flow, letting the energies flow, and just going on the journey and enjoying the ride. So that's what I'm getting from that card, number 17, which actually reduces to number 8, which is well, what do you call it in numerology? Like my number, when I do my date of birth and so on, it reduces to an 8. So that's interesting. Okay. So other things that are potentially holding me back, I have mirror. Who or what is triggering me? I have share your voice. So come out of the cave, persecution and expression. Oh, that's an interesting one. That one really, really hit. That one really hit, actually. And you're already doing it. Oh my God, that's what I was talking about earlier. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. Yep. So this is the thing about just going for things. It's a matter of letting, at least me getting the double confirmation over and over again. Don't overthink. Just go for it. Just go for it. Like me overthinking things is getting really, really exhausting. So they're saying in this iteration, as I've taken the 2 months off, I've done the releasing work, I've done the purging work, gone through the activations, gone through the initiations, like it's a matter of going with the flow and enjoying the process and see what comes out of it, you know? And it's not being, I'm seeing with mirror, like many times you like this, what I get with mirror is my self-critic or my personal critic. Many times a personal critic can be very harsh. Did I do this reading right there? Why did I say this there? And many times your personal critic could be overly harsh. And this is saying to me to relax that a little bit. Yeah, that's what I'm getting with this, to relax the personal critic. And in terms of sharing your voice, the reason why this really stood out to me, especially the persecution and the expression, is what I was getting from doing my self work. I did a lot of work across lifetimes. So I was going into past life work and past life regression and past life healing of karmic ties, karmic bonds, bringing up past life karma. So I was doing a lot of purging of that and healing of that over the past 2 months as well. And what came up from past lifetimes is a lot of persecution for having your own voice. And of when you go through lifetimes upon lifetimes, especially when in past lives, being a spiritual worker, being a medicine woman, being a witch, as you were called, or whatever the term may be, which is really from being a woman, or from some men being, like Merlin and so on. You go through persecution when you have the capability to tap into a higher being or tap into God in ways that other people can't, or ways that isn't the convention, doesn't meet the religious convention of the time, or you're tapping into a force that other people around you, the men around you, can't control, right? So that came through a lot over the past 2 months for me to purge and release. And what I began to realize through doing all of that is many times you sit on the sidelines and you become small and you go into your own cave, you retreat into yourself by way of protecting yourself. Right? So what it's saying is, and notice that we have the pyramids, we have other galactic or timelines or other worlds that I've lived on. So all of this to me represents various pastimes and worlds that I've had experiences on. And what they're saying is that, I have the experience, having the knowledge, having the awareness, having lifetimes of stories to tell and to share. No matter how choppy or rough the waters look in front of you, you could step out and do that. It is safe to share your voice now. And I have a lot to say. And this is confirmation here that in terms of having my channel and in terms of the services I offer and what I do, and really where my heart is and where my integrity is and where my soul is, like I'm already doing it. So now it's stop overthinking, just go for it, face true north and have fun. So let's see whether there are any further messages that I could pick up for myself. Any further messages? So what I'm doing here, if you guys have made it this far, what I'm doing here is I am. Oh, this is how, if I was meant to do a self reading, that I would do it. I'm just tuning into the cards, tuning into the energies, getting out of the way, getting my mind and my ego out of the way, and just letting the cards speak to me, letting certain phrases jump out at me. So that's how I am doing this. So I have a Queen of Wands in terms of any additional messages. I'm seeing that yellow, for instance, is jumping out at me at that Queen of Wands. This justice wanted to come out before. So the Queen of Wands is talking about my solar plexus, and that yellow energy. What's jumping out is that solar plexus energy. And I love sunflowers, by the way. And the Black Cat of Wisdom. It's like, and justice. There is something about this is my time to really step into my own and be empowered in terms of the justice card. In terms of what I do and the spiritual work that I do and what I offer. It's also with justice, it is divine in terms of everything, the universe, all of it coming together for me to pursue this, for me to be a success in my spiritual practice. And I'm sort of looking on at this justice and I'm just like, okay, when is this going to happen? Which is really it. Like, when is this going to happen? What do I need to do to make it happen? So we got the Chariot, and it's interesting. This Chariot flipped, it came through reverse. I'm not sure whether I'll take it reverse or take it upright. But in a way, I'm going to take it reverse because that's how it flipped and that's how it presented, which would make sense because I'm looking on and I'm just like, I need to be going places. This Chariot's reverse. I'm not moving, which is how I feel about my service, to be fair. Like, I know that I'm, dare I say, bloody good at what I do, but it's like we're not getting any movement or traction. So it's looking at this justice, and it's just like justice in terms of timing, in terms of a decree. When is this going to happen? The sword is up. Saint Germain, I'm seeing the purple in the background. So Saint Germain is one of the guides in my spirit guide team. He was one of the first, actually. So it's interesting seeing that purple. But I feel with that, it's like something getting ready. And we have the purple up here. Something's being ready. Something's being prepared. It's like they're talking to me about seasoning and something being ready. So let's look at that Chariot reverse. So in terms of myself, clarifying what this Chariot reverse means. Clarify what this Chariot reverse means. Interesting. So we have the Hierophant and we have the Queen of Cups. When I'm looking at this Chariot reverse, I'm sort of seeing, when we have medical, Archangel Raphael does carry the symbol on his staff, and it's just escaped me, but this almost looks like a medical symbol as I'm looking at it upside down from my vantage point. And I'm making the linkage between that and healing as well. So it's sort of my healing coming online and being able to promote my healing that's coming online as well. There is still, with the Queen of Cups, I'm seeing some purging, cleansing, and releasing that I still need to do. So I'm seeing that also. And it's coming up right above the Fool energy, which is the taking risks. So perhaps this is talking about perfectionism, but yeah, and the Wheel of Fortune. So there is something with the Wheel of Fortune. It's like the universe is saying, we have the Wheel of Fortune and we have the Justice, which is quite interesting. So they're not giving me a timing as to when this is going to happen. But with the Hierophant, it's talking about having keys to knowledge, keys to awareness. And as I had already said, what came through with this Page of Pentacles here was me being able to download a spiritual service or a spiritual modality or teach, or being the voice to teach this. That is unique to what I do. So we'll see, but they haven't given me a time on that. It's the universe's own timing. They're keeping that secret from me. Let me just try and pull one card on time, one card on timing. The Sun. No card on timing. They're just giving me the Sun. They're just saying when it's here, you would know it. So that's it. Okay, guys, so that's an example of how I've done a reading on myself. If you guys like this, or you want more of a tutorial of it, or you want more of a breakdown on how I do, how I went about it, setting up the spread, understanding the positioning of the cards, how they interrelate to each other. If you want to know any more about that, let me know. Know that I also give one-to-one sessions as well to teach you how to interpret messages for yourself from others, not only from tarot and oracle cards, but channeling and tapping in to your spirit guide team as well. All right. So let me know. Okay, guys. Bye for now.